Surviving Sister Wives contains adult content that may not be suitable for Latter-day Saints or sinners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Sister Wives.
I'm Gory.
And I'm Carly, and this is Season 8, Episode 5, The Anthropologists Move In.
It's part of our Sister Wives Revisited series. So if you're looking for the episode recap, we already did one of those, 3 years ago? 4 years ago? Something like that. It's over on the Patreon if you're listening on the public feed.
But that means this is a brand new recap
This
of
is
the same episode.
This is a new one. Yes, it's part of the revisit, hence the name of the series that we came up with to help illustrate that point.
So that means all new recaps now.
Yeah.
And we think that Sister Wives Season 21 is probably coming back at the beginning of October, because I think that's when Secret Lives,
Lives?
Double Lives of Suburban Wives.
So they were trying to go
ends.
for. They were trying to go for the Secret Lives, and close enough to make people think that you're talking about their show instead of that show. It's all strategy behind that. But these are the fan favorites that you guys voted for on the Patreon in order here. So we already did last week with the big dress reveal, the wedding day bash, the big bomb drop that Cody had. And now this is the Anthropologists Move In, Season 8, Episode 5. Very exciting stuff.
And we'll do the second episode of this next week, because it is a two-parter.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really factor that in on the schedule.
No, we'll update the Patreon schedule.
We'll get there not to completely rob and steal away from this one.
Yeah, I'm just like, we're not skipping over the episode where they criticize Robin for Saul's pediatric tooth surgery, whatever it was.
Tooth surgery? Now
Remember?
I'm not. I think I blocked that out too.
Oh.
I forgot about Saul's skullet. So that was a big reminder thing to get back into that mindset, because we kind of eased into it as it was introduced in the original series watch through that we did. And so now to just drop in on a random episode where it's like, whoa, there he is. He's ready. He's out here, brother.
So let's start this off. The family is learning that they are going to be participating in some sort of research study that I can only assume is underfunded.
What happened here? Did you apply for this? Did you win a lottery of some kind? Was there a selection process where they narrowed it down to the different types
This creepy professor found out that Logan went to the school and was like, hey, give me your parents' phone number.
Either that, or they already did the combative Q&A session, and I think that teacher was hosting that too.
So he's back.
So I think he's back.
They had to have talked them into this. Like, come on, this is a big opportunity for our students to learn something about what it's like to live polygamy.
Right.
And maybe they'll write something really positive about it.
Maybe.
And it'll change people's perception.
Or
maybe you can cite it in whatever lawsuit you bring to try to change the laws in Utah.
That'll be interesting. Maybe that, or what if they have bias? What if these people who are conducting this research have a bias of some kind against polygamy, and they want to stack the evidence to prove otherwise, that polygamy is no good, not so good at polygamy?
Okay, I didn't go to school to do any smart stuff like this, so maybe I'm wrong, but wouldn't you have an inherent bias just growing up with parents who were monogamous and then being monogamous yourself?
That's the point. Is that with monogamy being the societally accepted cultural norm, and the basis of society as a whole, that's already a bias. So to worry, I wonder if these people have a bias. No, I think you're worried that they have an agenda that would be to deliberately go against the teachings of polygamy. But I think they're just here to kind of observe and report for the most part, right?
And the Browns have been faking it on reality TV for 8 seasons now. So, I mean, this should be cake.
They're knocking it out of the park. Yeah, observe and report in the very like mall cop security sort of way. And that's what rounds out at the end of this episode too, is mall cop security guard sort of experience. Not for the anthropologist, but for the rest of the family.
So the episode before this must be the one where Annie moves in.
Correct.
And then Annie's nowhere in sight.
No, she's hiding.
Yeah.
She's
I think
staying out of
Cody
there.
was like, lock her in the dolly closet because Annie's going to come out here and say some heinous shit about polygamy.
She might be buried under a pile of Joanne fabrics that they had to move out of her basement. So I don't know where those all ended up.
Yeah.
Maybe they're in storage somewhere. She might be in
They're
a storage
keeping
unit.
her away from Robin's kids, too.
They're trying. Well, yeah, because Robin's afraid of that. She's like, don't be applying any other thought processes around my children. I don't want them activating their frontal lobes any more than they need to be, because they are underdeveloped and not fully developed.
Yeah, that was funny because later on, the anthropologists are really giving their flowers to the Browns for being so open-minded and like even entertaining the fact that Maddie wants to join the LDS church.
Yeah, that's wild, right? So far from their upbringing.
And meanwhile, Robin's like, don't tell my kids that sometimes people live together before they're married.
Okay, well, I have a lot of thoughts about that entire conversation. I'm gonna have to hold on to that for a little bit here, because instead we got Dr. Creepy, who's going to be creeping here with the instructions the poor souls who are going to be coming out to
poor souls
who have to come out to this to this cul-de-sac and monitor these folks.
He's sending them with cameras and notebooks. He's like, I need you to find out who is the love wife. Who's the sex wife? Who is the mother wife? Which we all know that that's weird, right? Just to define the roles that way. But also it's like inherently misogynistic.
Correct.
In that the roles that these women fulfill either has to be like
the womanly things.
Yes, sexual or a nurturer.
Right. Yeah.
How about, why don't you find out which wife files all the taxes?
Accounting wife.
Yes.
Right.
Which wife is doing all the yard work?
Yeah, outside job wife. Yes.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people doing work and it's not Cody.
No. So that's the assignment, I guess, as it stands. But it was very broad, not so much like observe and report in the ways that I was hoping. He is kind of setting them up with like, here's what to look for.
Yeah.
So that does feel like there is influence, there is bias that's already inherently part of the instructions that were given.
That's true, because he's already putting the way he's framing what they're out to do is that there's going to be these things that they're going to encounter.
So I hate that this reinforces the Browns' fears that they already had about academia.
Yeah.
But unfortunately...
Well, this man in particular.
Yeah, I would say.
Also, he's like, bring the tea about all of their complaints. Because
so
that's
messy.
not part of the study. That's just something that I want to read over.
If you find some dirty laundry.
It's my late night reading.
If you hear any hot goss.
While I'm watching all of the hidden camera videos that you will be filming.
That's why he's like, make sure you wear your UNLV ball cap. Because I have installed a weird secret camera that's hidden inside there too. So I'm going to need that footage. It's the sunglasses that he gave him that ends up being destroyed. Definitely broke those sunglasses.
Like, make sure you infiltrate the bedrooms.
Oh, yes.
We need to find out what goes on in there.
That must be it. That's part of it.
It's just Cody and Robin Dolly talk.
It's, again, yeah, people were alarmed by that last week when we were talking about that. But I don't know who likes to be who's the Dolly wife or who's the Dolly spouse, I guess. And is it Cody or is it Robin for the Dolly experience?
I think Cody has to pretend to be the Dolly.
I think for Robin to play with him. Oof. I don't like it. But then he likes to dress her up like Dolly. So they take turns. Maybe they take turns being Dolly.
That's only fair.
Yeah. Hello, Dolly. Oh, God. Oh, no.
They start out with a little tea party.
Mrs. Nesbit. Yes. Different. That's different. So he has to warn Antoinette, though, because he's like, "Milady, you're going into enemy territory here. You are prime suspect, not suspect. You're like, you're right in there.
You're prime age.
You're
a single woman.
You are you in danger, girl. That's I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
A single woman with nothing to give them.
Yeah. How's your Victoria's Secret credit card debt history? How's that credit history looking? Do you have any bills that you just...
Single woman with very long legs.
Need to leave stacked on a counter somewhere that just gets handled? Is that sounding appealing to you?
You should have asked about her American Girl doll collection.
Right, yes. So just all these things to be mindful of, because Cody's probably going to ask you to marry him at some point. And you need to be prepared to say, no, thank you, Daddy. That's not what I'm here for.
She's like, that's okay. I'll wear my decoy ring that I wear to your class.
Hasn't worked yet, but yeah. I'll still try.
It's okay.
I'll try that again.
I'll get it cleaned up. It'll shine real bright.
And if worst case scenario, I'll be able to twist it around so when I slap him, it really leaves a mark.
That's why he told her, it's like, it didn't work on me. It won't work on Cody.
Yeah, just prepare yourself. This man is resilient. Yeah.
Then they have what I can only assume is a methodology meeting.
I don't know what that means.
So it's a research study. So they're going to have to talk about how they're going to conduct it.
Oh, okay.
Right? The parameters of the study.
I don't think they did.
And the Browns are like, don't write anything bad about us.
Yeah. Make sure it's good. I don't want to the way that I've been surviving in this family structure is to not think about the bad things. So don't draw my attention to any sorts of negative.
No negatives.
No bad, no negative stuff, because I won't be able to handle that personally.
And then Cody's like, we have a flawless reputation. I don't know if you've watched our show, but
real good.
Everyone knows our family is functioning perfectly.
Well, in comparison, we're in kind of a similar time block as the roll-offs, Little People, Big World. Have you seen that? Yeah, it's not going great. They're kind of, it's just a little rough. So we're doing great. By comparison, we are doing great. Mm-hmm. Yes. Even though comparison is the thief of joy. But in this instance,
we'll learn a lot about that soon.
It really adds to our credibility.
So the rule that the anthropologists lay out is just have us in your home, but don't treat us like guests, right? Because when guests come into your home, I'm sure you're overly welcoming of them.
Okay. You think they are? Yeah, they're hospitable in that way. I think that they're...
No, Janelle's got the go home by 9 banner outside.
Yeah, it depends on which house you're talking about. Because Christine's house, yeah, probably. Robin doesn't answer the door if Cody's not home.
No.
No.
That's dangerous.
No. She's not doing that. Unless it's a QVC box. If you have a QVC box, then she'll probably let you in.
Mary's like, so I shouldn't set up the wet bar.
No wet bar? I need to entertain. I live to entertain.
I need to justify why I needed the wet bar, and this would have been a great reason.
Could we maybe use it once or twice? Maybe we'll just put some food out on the wet bar, but we don't need to do anything,
She's like, what do you guys drink?
What are we mixing up today? And then Christine is
we're not allowed to drink while we're doing a research project.
Well, there's a lot of things you're not supposed to do, but then it's suggestive, I suppose. But Christine's house, she would be making her finest white people fish tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. To mock tapioca pudding, you think?
She's figuring out what she can make with tater tots.
Yeah. How am I going to bulk this meal out? Because we got 2 more people who are going to be coming here. So what are we going to do to just kind of add some filler in between here?
That's okay. Honestly, it's a great distraction for Christine.
She
the
has
more people there are to create a barrier between her and Cody, the better.
Yeah, that's what she was really good with Annie moving in. Needed the buffer, needed the barrier. That's been going well. So sure, add 2 more people into the mix. Why not?
Do you believe it's going well?
No.
No.
No, I think she's interacting with Cody less than she did before.
Yeah.
Because Cody's avoiding her house more than before because Annie's there now.
Because he made a little remark about how relationships are, they're complicated, but I'm used to that.
Yeah. It's just another woman in my life to outnumber me.
That hates me.
Well, I mean, I think
Add her to the list.
I think Annie probably calls you out on stuff where it's like, well, that's not fair. Like, you should be dividing your time evenly.
I wanted that show.
Yeah.
Right? I want to see all of Grandma Annie's criticisms of Cody.
Yes, definitely. But we didn't get that show. No. This is going to be something else.
All right, we're going to come back and we're going to continue this because the study is going to officially kick off.
All right, we'll be back after a quick commercial break.
So Cody gets to relive the first ever episode of Sister Wives where he gives someone a tour of the houses.
Oh, right, yeah. It's like a new set of eyes that he has to get up to speed with the way everything's laid out. But he's just kind of roaming from house to house, kind of aimlessly.
That's his MO.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have a place to be.
Doesn't have a plan.
Doesn't know where anybody is because he's not part of their daily life.
No,
so
has no idea.
Swings a door open and truly is laying on what appears to be a fainting couch.
Or a sex couch. It could be one of the modular designs. And she's like, welcome to our home. But it's just kind of weird to be, rolling across this couch like this. Yeah. I don't know if it's
that's what
set
you
up
thought it was. I was like, maybe it's for Rora.
It looked like, for the fainting spells.
Yeah.
And when a touch of anxiety hits.
Yeah. You got to make sure you don't hit the floor.
Right. Yes. A crash pad nearby that you would need to spot her, I guess, essentially. That's
I think this was Christine's house.
This is Christine's house. That's where Truly's hanging out. Yeah. So that was the first place in. And then I think there was footage of, they were kind of just bouncing from house to house, accumulating more children who were following them around or, kind of going between all the houses. I think
the children were living their lives and they were the ones intruding on it.
They got excited. Well, yeah, they got excited. They just kind of started following them around. They're like, oh, you're just walking around between the houses? Well, that's something to do. I'll go ahead and do that too. I'll lead the way.
They were like, Dad's not usually here.
Yeah, this is odd.
So we're trying to extend the amount of time that we get with him.
Oh, but I think Robin had a nice talk with her kids ahead of time and was like, okay, they told us to act like they're not guests, but you guys need to lay it on extra thick. That these are like the coolest people that you've ever had around. You love it here. It's the best. Otherwise, they might take you away from us. Okay. So that's a very real possibility. If you don't convince them that we are a fully functional family, then
you're going to have to live with remember your dad?
Well, yeah. And
the one I told you to forget?
The bio dad. Bio dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be a pretty bad way to go here because they're going to take your real dad, Cody Brown, and they're going to take him to jail. Okay. To jail. So let's.
Not regular jail.
Not
jail.
Not jail. Jail.
You don't get out of jail for a really long time.
Yeah. Christine will be running around like Nikki on Big Love, closing the blinds. They're coming for you. Oh my God, they're going to come here. They're going to raid us.
Guys, if you haven't watched Big Love, Big Love was on HBO in the early 2000s. It is.
We were sleeping on it.
It has to be the basis for all of Sister Wives.
We've heard that it only gets more and more like Sister Wives. But I mean, like, Sister Wives gets more and more like it, though, because Big Love definitely
predated Sister Wives.
Predated Sister Wives significantly. So they just kind of leaned into, lifted a lot of that storyline and concepts and things. I mean, like, a lot of it is natural, approachable things that you would have to deal with, I think, in polygamy.
There's a lot of weird coincidences.
There's a lot of, like, very specific niche items that we're talking about.
What did you think about how Cody introduced Savannah to them?
Oh, that she was the youngest for a stretch of time, give or take 4, 5, 6 years.
Something like
ballpark.
To tell you the truth, I haven't talked to her in that long, so I don't really know much else about her.
I usually just keep track between like when we have a baby. So there's like I go by babies, and there's just kind of that sort of range and window. It's like the trying to figure out which dinosaurs lived in which era, It's like, is this the Savannah era?
This is a pre-Robin baby.
Pre-Robin baby? I've kind of lost interest a little bit, if we're being honest. So, yeah, it's just it doesn't hit the same anymore.
Because don't you think they can make that observation themselves when they're like, okay, she's only a couple years older than Truly?
I think you would need the detailed instruction of how old is this child that is
I don't know.
placed in front of me
my
right
notes would be like Savannah,
ballpark, elementary school,
anywhere from 6 to 9. I don't know.
Elementary school aged. Primary,
whatever that means.
Primary school education. Primary.
I'm so bad at understanding, like guessing the ages of children.
Once it's between like 5 and 12, you're way off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's just one big lump for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's usually
That's also the age range that scares me the most.
Mm-hmm. Well, the scariest thing for the anthropologists is that they end up at Mary's house, which.
Yeah.
Never let him
they
take you
have to stay there.
Never let him take you to a second location. He took you to 4 different houses. So guess where you ended up?
And this one's cold and empty.
Yeah, you were at all these other houses that were like full of life and people and things were happening. And then you get to the last house on the left and it's just... It is dark. The lights are off.
Can you imagine waking up in the middle of the night and trying to get up to go to the bathroom?
It's just Mary opening the door like Igor. Good evening.
Every noise just reverberates through the house.
Yeah, big creaking doors. It's cold and drafty. You know, that thermostat set to like 60 degrees.
Yeah, she keeps it cranking cool in there.
Because she needed... 5,000 square foot of house, and then she's gonna make sure that AC is on full blast.
She's getting
all
her
summer.
fair share of the electricity bills.
Fair share, because everybody else, they're leaving doors open, they're doing this, they're doing that. So Mary likes it cool. She's gonna keep it cool. Okay,
There's also nothing to eat.
No good snacks.
You're on your own.
It's all like raw asparagus in the fridge, and then just uncooked.
Funyuns.
Funyuns?
Yeah. She likes a little snack.
Those are good snacks. That's not that's not Mary's.
You don't think it's a Mary snack?
I don't think Mary's snacking on Funyuns. Not at all. Actually.
Apricots.
She would have
dried apricots.
Like to have a lot of fresh fruit in the house. It's just celery. Hoping that one day Cody will make his way back.
An entire celery drawer.
And it's just brown,
it's rotted,
shriveled, slimy. It's all.
She's like, I do have to do a full clean of the refrigerator every 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. And it's mostly just the celery drawer that I have to clean out because there's not much else in there after that, unfortunately. Oh, but what are they picking up on just from this initial tour?
Cody needs a lot of attention.
Cody needs a lot of attention. He's the center of attention. He's got to be here. He's always, constantly.
Well, he won't let any of the wives introduce themselves or their children.
No. These are my family. This is the Cody Brown family. So let me introduce you to them.
I think he made them read the mission statement.
Oh, right.
Does the mission statement exist already? Yes.
Yes. Family Commitment Celebration was at the end of season 6, I believe. So that was before this. They
that
probably
would
have the big banners.
Actually, an interesting thing to pick apart and talk about.
Oh, read through that.
Their report.
Yeah, I think you're going to need a copy of that one. You could probably just take Christine's copy. I don't think she needs it.
Yeah, she's like, she's
good.
This is, I have a spare. Wink, wink.
Yeah. The ink had to dry on everybody's signatures from the actual ceremony, so that's the one that we keep in the lockbox downtown. But for this one, it's just
I'm willing to part with it.
Yeah, it's display purposes only. But
like,
if you need it,
we could take a picture.
If you need it for academic reasons, please take it.
Yeah,
by all means. Yes.
I'd love to see it in a museum someday.
Right, or something like that. So the next day, we have Robin's getting all stressed out. Her dad is in the hospital.
Yeah.
And
no tears.
No tears, but she's just worried. She's stressing out. My suspicion was that she found out that the one guy, what's his name? Richard? Is the guy, the anthropologist?
Yes.
She found out that Richard was an atheist. And now that she's been in close proximity with an atheist, now her dad has fallen ill. He's in the hospital. I'm just linking together train of thought of probably the reasoning why she was getting so
Look
nervous.
what they've brought into our homes.
Yes. I welcomed an atheist into my home.
Yeah.
Now plagues are beset to fall upon me. That's
She's
basically.
got to keep her distance.
She's terrified now.
When she said, what if they're just secretly anti-polygamists?
Right. That would be having an agenda of, they're coming in to be completely against this.
Okay, but what if in an alternate universe, one of the anthropologists is Christine Murray?
Well, she would be there puffing them all up about how great everything's going, but then secretly recording everything.
Infiltrating.
Yes. I think that's the difference. Is she would be trying to win the trust, gain the trust, which we do see the anthropologists do that in different ways, because Antoinette does that in the kitchen. She tries to help some of the moms.
Make herself useful.
Yeah, helping the moms cook the meals for everyone here. And then Richard takes a different path where he tries to play Red Rover with Cody in the backyard.
Yeah, it was, both of them were trying to, again, like, do very gendered things.
Right.
Where Antoinette was like, you can trust me because I'm just another woman who cooks breakfast for my family.
But I am taken, so I'm not a threat. Not a threat. Let me clarify.
And then Richard is like, I'm a man. And I can get out here and rough them up.
I run fast. Yeah, I run real good. And how much you want to bet I could throw a football over them mountains, you know? So it was a little Uncle Rico for me in a few circumstances, as it were. But also, this feels like a mixed signal because Richard was all against Antoinette getting involved in the kitchen because he was like, oh, then you're like interfering, you know, documentary crew sort of, we're here to observe. We're not going to interfere with what's happening. I don't want to influence anything that's going on as far as these interactions and things. So that's not what happens. So he's quick to judge her on that. But then as soon as it's like, oh, well, we could tackle each other in the backyard. And he was like, oh, fuck yeah, sign me up for that.
I think he realized he had a lot less notes than she did.
Oh, so then he was just getting nervous. At that point, he was like,
because these people are fake. And if you just sit on the outside and observe them, they will continue to put a show on for you.
That's what this is. All of this is pageantry. I mean, Cody taking them from house to house to introduce everybody and have a little group of children following behind and leading ahead into the next house. They don't do this on a regular basis. This isn't the strategy here. I think they may have come up with like a divide and conquer where he was like, I'll get close with Cody, you get close with the wives.
Yeah.
So I think that was where they made that distinction of this is how we're going to have to do this, because I don't think Cody would like respect you as a woman who is coming in here to try and ask him questions about this stuff.
Well, and if Cody doesn't get separated from the wives, he won't be honest.
And Cody, like, you got to get Cody talking alone.
That's what I'm saying. If Cody thinks he's just throwing out with another guy,
then
he starts running his mouth.
You're going to hear some stuff. Yeah, you're going to remove all 4 of his filters from the room here. Yeah, you're going to hear some stuff real quick.
Also, you just need to get rid of Robin.
Mostly that.
Because she's there making sure that all the other wives are behaving.
Yes.
She's the police wife.
Right. Yeah, I guess in that way, sort of here. But yeah, it's just, it's kind of weird. It feels weird letting these people in because they're not family, but we're supposed to just hang out with them like they are family.
It's so different to have people observing us who aren't part of our family.
Yeah.
You know, not like the camera crew
that's
been here
that's
for
different.
8 seasons.
That's different because we perform for the cameras. They told us not to perform, and so now I don't know what to do.
Or the cameramen go home at night.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Although Mary has invited them over a couple of times.
Just over to the wet bar.
They've declined.
For a little nightcap. No, not interested. Thank you. No, thank you.
We already talked to them. Oh,
well, yeah.
Brianna being like, it is so fun to finally have friends come over.
Right. Friends.
My adult friends who are in their 30s.
It's like having friends. Mom doesn't let me bring a lot of friends over.
This is what I imagine it's like. To have a play date.
This is how I think it would be. This is the excitement that I would feel had I been allowed to bring friends over at some point in my life. But I have yet to experience that. Don't know what that's like.
She's like, we could ride bikes or have a sleepover or play with mommy's dollies.
Don't do that. No. You're going to take them out of their original packaging and they're going to lose value. So we're not going to do that. These are collector's items.
Maybe that's why no one's allowed over the house. It's too great a risk that a child may wander into the dolly room and play with one of them, a collectible.
Do you think that Robin has the collection that she has now? I don't think that happened until, maybe not Flagstaff. Flagstaff, I feel like it went wild. Where then she was on her own and they were nobody was coming around to check up on stuff. So she went buck wild with it.
So here's the thing. I think Robin had a storage unit that nobody knew about.
Yeah, that tracks.
Because her house was full.
Yeah.
She didn't have any extra room. She had her office, but that was full of my sister wife's closet stuff.
And a Breakfast at Tiffany's movie poster, apparently.
I do think she has some random stuff that's Cody's. Do you think that's his or hers?
You think that Cody's a fan of Breakfast at Tiffany's?
I think Cody would know that that was a movie poster. I'm not sure Robin would.
She just likes the aesthetic of Breakfast at Tiffany's. She's never seen it.
She thought it was a Barbie.
Okay. And Cody just likes it for the horrific racial stereotype profiling that happens of the Asian characters. I think that's the most endearing part for him. That's the part that he loves.
So the anthropologists are starting to question. There's a lot of kids here.
Yeah.
Not really seeing how they're all getting the fair share of attention that they need. And Cody doesn't want to talk about that. So instead he starts talking about polygamy versus monogamy.
Yeah. I feel like there was like a lot of disconnects because all of the adults had their reasons or like hopes and expectations of what this experience was going to be like. Because Christine was like, man, I hope they give me a reason to stay as part of this family, that they can tell me that, hey, you guys aren't that fucked up, you know?
She wants their seal of approval.
Yeah, because if they told us, if they came in and said like, oh, this is dysfunctional, then that would be bad.
She's like, that's what my mom's saying to me a lot lately.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear it from just complete strangers who drop in and then start explaining the, inner workings of the dynamics of what's going on in the family. That would be very upsetting. So I'm hoping that we could just, keep it broad, keep it high level like that. So that's where Cody's then drawing it back. He's like, well, societally, there's a lot of, per capita divorce and per capita babies that are being born, low numbers of birth rate is down. Very concerned about the birth rate. And then
is he?
Well, that's what he was. Yeah. And somebody was like, oh, is that because divorces have gone up? Well, I guess we didn't compare those numbers. We don't have anything to base this off of, but they're just saying instinctively, it feels like because divorce is, it's pretty much up there. According to the Merrifield's book.
If you look at it in a silo with your own bias.
Yeah.
Because you don't like divorce.
Divorce is bad.
You're going to correlate those things, even though let's not talk about the rise in the cost of living.
No.
Lack of support for families and women going back to work.
Well, if you read
the cost of daycare.
Merrick Garrifield's book. Merrick and Danielle's.
I'm sorry, Garrick Merrifield?
Garrick Merrifield.
Merrick?
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's Maisie's Treats.
Yes, it
is. She likes Grammy's pot pie. And the peanut butter possum one.
You better be quiet because she's going to come running.
No, she's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Garrick Merrifield and Danielle, they have the book with all the facts about divorce rates. Because in the 1900s, the divorce rate, less than 5%. 1%? It was something.
They said the 1900s.
The 1900s. Though. And then we We suspected, did they mean the year 1900? Just the year 1900? Because if you're factoring in the 90s, 1990s, come on. That's going to skew just in that direction
Well, I mean,
alone.
as usual, Cody's talking about things that he hasn't actually done his research on. So.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's just, I'm going off feels and vibes. So they're kind of trying to have an academic discussion with people who are not in academia, clearly. And so the anthropologists, and they're trying to like string this along and tie it back. And
they're trying
and make
to
a
not
point.
make the Browns feel dumb.
Yeah, I think so. And they also know if they make Cody feel dumb on the first night that they're here, they're not going to get anything.
It's all downhill from there.
Yeah, this is going to be bad. So they're trying to like work their way around it here as best they can, I suppose. But yeah, it was. Because then that was the polygamy versus monogamy. Well, I think it was the structure of private property. Like that was the basis.
That was Richard's point.
Richard was tying it back to that. And then we just kind of fade out, trail off, and then go back to the couch with Cody and the wives talking about hoping that they don't figure out that this is all a facade. I guess was my takeaway from most of that.
Yeah. No, Cody's like, I am trying to figure out how I could steal property from my wives in the future.
Yeah.
So.
He said a lot of words, and I know most of them. I know most of the words that he was saying, but when he was saying them all together in that way, it was very confusing.
I thought you were going to say in his voice, I shouldn't care what I think, but I do.
I shouldn't care what they think, but I do. Yeah, because you're shallow.
And a narcissist.
And you're vapid. Yes, you're all of those things.
You're very worried about how people perceive you.
That's what it comes back to for all of this. That's what the show's about. And now you're trying to do it with these people. What I don't understand is when you have anthropologists coming to, observe you in your natural habitat in the cul-de-sac in Vegas, why are you then going to...
You mean the compound as
the
he
compound
introduced it.
Don't use those words.
The fence is to keep the authorities out.
Right, yeah, the gate up front. But we don't have fences in the backyard because this is all one shared space here. That's what's going on. All right?
Just like in Big Love.
One big happy family. That's what's going on. But like to have the anthropologist trying to observe you, attempting to observe you, but then you're not behaving in any way like you normally would.
Yeah, that's what they do.
This is why this does not make any sense. You're wasting their time.
I want to know if they watched the first, it would have been 7 seasons of Sister Wives at this point.
I would have burned through them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would have had better questions, though.
Oh, well, might have had a couple of preformed biases. They would have been concerned about that. I think that's why Robin was getting extra on edge, too. She's like, oh, no.
You're going to think I ruined the family.
If they saw the show, then I'm doomed. I got to limit my experiences with them as much as possible.
So they have outdoors time.
Yeah.
And they're going to grill up some steaks.
Oh, no.
And have s'mores. And in the midst of this, the wives and Cody plan that they're going to play a little prank on the anthropologists.
That's not who you should be pranking.
No. Because now they're going to have to rely on if they believe that you were really pulling a prank. Or if maybe you picked up on the fact that they were feeling uncomfortable and then we're like, we don't really do that when you're not here.
Right. Because then that just becomes a cover. That's what it seems like, is that it seems like you're uncomfortable. You're picking up on the fact that the anthropologists are getting uncomfortable, and then you're going to dismiss it. That's not like a joke necessarily, like funny, haha, funny like a clown sort of joke. So I don't see the humor side of this.
Was this before or after they went to visit the Richards family?
This was after.
So then they have seen them all feed their husband. Wait,
how
did that work? They all took the same bite of food.
First bite of food of
at the
meal.
same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if they were working a different shift and like somebody was away from the table, they would like call in for the remote bite.
Ring the bell, it's dinner time.
Yeah, something like that. And they all thought it was weird.
Yes.
And so then they were like, I know exactly what we can do when the anthropologists get here. We can weird them out as much as possible, as much as we got weirded out.
It's different, but it's kind of the same.
Kind of the same.
So if I was the Richard family, I would have been really embarrassed watching this.
This is upsetting.
Yeah. So they're going to all walk over at some point while Cody is eating dinner and shove a piece of gristle steak in his mouth.
That, and then the kids start getting in on this too, and they start shoveling in sides, and now Cody has a lot of food because he has his own plate of food, and now you're talking about 21 extra scoops of food that are just going to be flying around in the kitchen here that you're going to have to gobble up. That's tough. That's not easy to do while you're maintaining conversation and trying to pull the wool over these people's eyes.
Honestly, I think that Richard was relieved.
Yes.
Because did you see how black the piece of steak was on his plate?
It was burnt to a crisp.
It looked like a brick of charcoal.
It looked like charcoal. It looked like a piece of wood that had been in the fire overnight.
Yeah, I think that they were relieved to have a distraction so nobody noticed they weren't eating the food.
Yeah, because...
They're like, can we feed our piece to Cody?
Yeah, I'll cut it. If I can cut it up. I don't know. I might just have to bear claw it and then hand it to you like I'm on Married at First Sight.
Do you think that Gabe was joking when he said the steaks looked divine when Cody was burning them?
Okay, so here's what I don't know is I don't know if Gabe just assumes that that's what steaks look like.
Right.
I think he doesn't know.
The only way to get cooked in
this is
home.
The only way that he has experienced steak is through the grill of Cody Brown. And
just gray when you cut it
open. This is not a grill anymore so much as it is like a kiln, I think, at the temperatures that we're reaching.
It's running at kiln temperatures.
That sucker is, there should not be open flame that is shooting out of a grill. Not good. Not supposed to do. It's not supposed to be like that.
The steaks have formed a crust on the outside, but when you go to cut them, they just disintegrate inside. It's dust.
Okay, here's what I suspect.
It's like Pompeii.
Is that Janelle made burgers all summer, never cleaned that grill. So it's just baked on, caked on. Yeah. You got all the drippings that are just loaded in there, and it's just...
It was a fire waiting to happen.
Boof. It's just a
grease fire.
A powder keg waiting to go up. And so as soon as you add a little bit too much heat, because then Cody only cooks on the highest temperature, needs to, because he's a man. Everything has to be char-broiled, I suppose. No low and slow at all.
I feel like every night Richard and Antoinette had to sneak out to go to Lindo Michoacan.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we need second dinner.
Sustenance. We need food. I need nutrients because my body this is eating hardtack, basically.
You can't survive on that. And
I don't know what to do with this.
And eat weeks old celery over at Mary's place.
They look divine. Yeah, I think that Gabe just didn't know any better, unfortunately. So they did look good because they were still kind of raw on the grill.
Before they were fully destroyed.
It was before they made it to the plate, before they were served.
We have never seen Cody successfully grill something.
It's real bad every single time.
So that's where we need the next show to be. This is our pitch to put Cody on Worst Cooks in America.
Ooh. Yeah, that could be good. We know he's desperate. He went on Special Forces.
He'll take a paycheck from anywhere.
He'll take a paycheck.
The time commitment cannot be that much. Lisa Barlow did it.
Yeah, because he's only going to last a day. On Worst Cooks in America? Yeah, probably.
What do you think he would do? Because usually you have to cook like a signature dish.
Oh, he's going to go steak, obviously. That's all he knows how to make.
I feel like he'll have to try to recreate a lot of different things that the wives have cooked over the years.
He's not going to do that. No.
Well, I don't think he'll do it well.
No. He's going to make Robin's bomb lasagna to really blow the judges away here.
Yeah, they mostly order in now.
So the show doesn't stop after dinner because then we're also going to do a little fire pit out back and make some s'mores, of course. Because this is just something we do all the time.
Brown family classic.
We love spending time together. And we do that around the campfire all summer long. It's just a regular thing we do here at the house.
I think they were really hedging their bets on the anthropologists asking them about the food thing. And then it wasn't happening.
Didn't happen.
So they kept going with it because nobody knew how to end the prank.
Yes, the prank has gone rogue now at this point. It has reached maximum velocity, terminal velocity, and there's no way to stop this from happening.
Like now it feels like a real thing we do.
So we're going to just keep doing it now with the s'mores. So let's all shove s'mores in Cody's mouth at the same time. Hopefully he chokes on it. Then we can go to the hospital and we can get out of this. We don't have to explain what's going on anymore.
Someone grabbed his hair. It was like Janelle.
Oh, I thought it was Christine, because I think Christine had some pent up aggression around this time based on her book, where she was legitimately trying to kill this man.
I think she was the one trying to choke him with the graham cracker.
Yeah, I think graham cracker. She went cracker first.
Yeah,
and there was some other chocolate and marshmallow sort of facing.
Janelle got a little turned on.
Glancing blows. Yeah, Janelle was like, I forgot why I came in here. And just went into muscle memory. Instinct took over. She started pulling on some hair.
They were having a renaissance.
Yes, around this time in the cul-de-sac.
She just couldn't resist the urge.
Definitely. That's what's going on. So then they explain
She's the sex wife.
She's one of
Little
the sex
did they know
wives.
it happened right in front of them.
Yeah. Blink and you could miss it. Yeah, type of an interaction here. So the anthropologists are explaining it was weird. Basically everything that's happened so far has made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, and to be honest, it didn't really stand out from the other things that have made me feel weird.
No, it's all felt performative in different ways, but that one felt just like one extra step than most of the other stuff so far. But pretty much not too far off.
They don't really laugh when they tell them.
No, it's not really a joke. It's not funny. That's not a practical joke.
It was Mary and Robin had to run into Robin's office to go hide because they thought it was so hilarious.
Mary was going to pee her pants. She was laughing so hard. You'd think that she was doing Friday with Friends with Jen. But that's not.
The first and last time she ever laughed that hard with Robin.
No. They had a good time. What was that? When they were making the caramels?
The candies.
Yeah, the candies.
And they went and bought ones from the store.
Oh, yeah. That was the big secret.
That was their other big giggle fest.
That was hilarious. That was some funny comedy gold coming out of the kitchen there. Definitely. All the best laughs that happened. The laughs of the laughs.
All right. I think we need a little break.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll have a few ads.
Okay.
And then we'll come back. Oh, Robin's getting shitty now.
Robin is not liking where this is going.
No, because I think that her understanding was that they were going to come and just observe the family, not that there'd be any conversations about how they view the world.
We get to tell you what we think and what we do, and you guys just absorb that, right?
You're not introducing any ideologies to our home.
Yeah, you're not like trying to brainwash my kids or anything, right? Like that's not what this is about.
So you got your degree.
And you know every fucking thing. No, that's not it. But somehow they start talking about this, the divorce rates, the birth rates being down, the all of the concerns that Cody has already mentioned here in the past. So Richard had mentioned at one point how there's this trend of people who live together, but they're not married. There's this aversion for marriage. But what is marriage conceptually? Is it something that you're incentivized to do because of the government? Because there's tax stuff that's associated with that? And
this is a level of thought that many of the Browns have never engaged in.
We haven't even gotten to that surface. Okay. Like how many levels deep are we of really thinking about why things are the way they are and
it's
dissecting
just what you do.
It's just what you do. So what blows my mind is where Robin is so upset with the idea where Richard is mentioning that's just like an option that people have. You don't have to get married if you live together and you are committed together in a relationship. Mm-hmm. What is the difference?
It's funny. It's a term called cohabitation.
Uh-huh.
That you guys might be familiar with from the state.
Also, like, Isn't that what you're doing right now, Robin?
Yes.
So like to get all bent out of shape about it.
But she has a spiritual marriage.
Okay. Well, then think of that as a spiritual marriage. There is a commitment. There's a relationship that's happened between these two people, but they don't go through a legal marriage process to illustrate that or whatever. However you want to wrap your mind around it.
So that part didn't even occur to me.
Okay.
The part that upset me was Robin being like, I don't want my kids to even know that it's a possibility to live with another person before you get married.
Which is what I'm saying is like, that's what you are doing. Your kids live in a house where you're not married to this person legally.
But there was a time when she and Cody were living in the house together before they were married at all. Remember that? We talked about that last week.
Yes, on the season 1.
Where she was arguing that she needed to have her day in the rotation.
Right, before the marriage. And Christine and Mary said, no.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't count yet because you're not married yet.
Now, there are theories that they had already gone ahead and had some type of commitment to each other.
Right.
We don't know that's true.
We don't know.
Would her kids have known?
I don't think so.
So, as far as they know, not yet. Daddy Cody is staying nights.
Yeah.
To get to know you better.
Mm-hmm,
to get to know Mommy better.
Well.
And her dollies.
Well, and to be the dolly. Take turns being dolly sometimes. But yeah, I think that was the main issue that I had with it was mainly the hypocrisy that was going into this too.
Well, that's usually the problem.
Of rules for thee, not for me, in Robin in this sense, the most way. So maybe this was like the inspiration for Robin to be like, I got to get that legal wife status. Because this is something that I do feel strongly about. I don't think that people should just be cohabitating and not be married. So
I don't think she views it that way. I think she knows she's
maybe that's what clicked in her brain.
She says she's married.
She has some,
she spiritually she's married.
Tumblers fell into place and she was like, I gotta make some sense of this.
Mean, we are leading up to the divorce.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was like a couple episodes away here. So I don't know if this is an inciting incident for Robin's thought process on why she was so on board with that.
It was also weird that her interpretation of the conversation was that Antoinette and Richard were telling them that their way of living was right.
No.
And that the Browns were wrong.
Yeah, disagree. That's not what was going on at all.
I never saw anything that they said that made it seem like they were framing it as you guys are doing something wrong.
No.
And the rest of society is right. In fact, they were questioning how society sees marriage.
They were questioning, just entire viewpoint in general.
Yeah.
Because I think Richard had said something about how he was married previously. He had been divorced. And now with his relationships now, like it's live together and that level of commitment that happens, but doesn't really see marriage as a thing for him.
I think that Robin didn't understand when Cody defined anthropology and sure doesn't like the idea of sociology.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he explained it like 3 different times, but he just kept saying the same words over and over.
Right.
When he was trying to explain it to everybody.
The study of people and cultures.
People and cultures. So they're going to come study us as people and our culture as a family, our family culture. And it's going to be the culture and the people culturing and peopling together. That's basically what we're going to be doing. And that was when Dayton was like, what are we, like animals in a zoo? Are we monkeys now that are going to be examined and put under the microscope here? Yes.
That's a good explanation of it.
That's a good way to think about it, son. Why don't you go ahead and wrap your head around it? That's what we're doing this weekend. Yes, that is it. Exactly. So Robin's still just very upset, mostly about the thought of people living together unwed. And she doesn't want her children to think that that's an option for them because that's not.
They're so open-minded that she doesn't want her children to know that there's another way that you could go about living life.
Absolutely not. Yeah, close that off. Plug your ears. Do not think about that.
So they have to sneak back over to Mary's house, up into the room that they're staying in, or they're staying in 2 different rooms, I'm assuming. I don't think they're sleeping on the truddle bed that Mary bought for the little girls who never moved in. Although they are in that room.
I would love that, though. I would love that. if
Did
that
you
was
see the
actually what was
framed
happening.
picture of Brianna
I
in
did.
the background?
Well, also, that was right underneath the archived collection of the Twilight saga.
That's how you know
Extensive.
that Brianna really thought that she moved in here.
Very serious.
She brought all her Twilight books.
Brought the books. Brought the Legacy edition here. That was what really drew my attention. I wasn't really paying attention to them talking about how they clocked Robin's discomfort in that conversation and how she got all protective
Do you
about her
notice there
kids.
were 2 copies of Twilight? And then they had the entire rest of the series, but there were 2 of Twilight.
Oh, maybe one
The original
signed or
book.
something, or one was Mary's, one was Robin's, one was, it was something. It was a gift.
All Robin's.
Original pressing. maybe that's it.
Now they have to have church.
If you thought the charade was over, we're just getting warmed up. That was Friday and Saturday was child's play compared to Sunday morning.
We're going to pretend that Cody wakes up every Sunday inspired to preach.
Sunday morning coming down. And yeah, this was the part for me where I was like, they're not still doing this, right? I mean, at that time, they kind of were when they first moved into the houses.
No, I think I remember McKelty talking about this in an interview and how the kids were like very over it. She was not really wanting to do it. I think
Right.
all the older kids, which is kind of what they get into in this
A
episode.
little bit, yeah.
Is that some of the older kids have just decided not to show up.
They have decided we are not going.
Which is a bad look because this is supposed to be family church.
Yeah, family church means...
And the head count is down.
Family church means family. So, like, if the family doesn't show up to family church, who's going to show up? Antoinette and Richard. That's who's going to show up. They're taking
around.
notes. They're taking a roster count here.
Taking attendance. So, like,
Yes.
Logan's not here.
Hunter's not here. Maddie's not here.
Mhm.
Because that's what Robin was surprised. She was like, oh, yeah, I was looking around and realized, well, Maddie's back in town, but she's not at family church. Big problem.
She's worshiping differently today.
Worshiping differently. Right.
She's sleeping in.
Well, she's working on a new high score for Flappy Bird. I think that's what's going on. She's gonna have to go to the chiropractor. The way she was sitting on that couch.
They love to send her to a chiropractor.
I know that. Well, that's a
They've got
fix-all.
a few.
That's the catch-all. But it's not like she got bucked off a horse or anything, right? She'll be all right. But no, the way she was laying on the couch, I thought her neck, she was all hunched. I was like, God, sit up
It's
straight,
because she
please.
doesn't have the puka shell necklace to hold her neck up anymore.
Is that what it is? She lost the structural integrity around the
Yeah.
around the neck region there. Oh, it's a trouble. It's a trouble spot. That's tough. But yeah, Maddie's been working on a whole new thing. She got recruited by some LDS people at school. And so that's been a whole, recent development.
They didn't like it either, where she was like, I was kind of
Janelle.
feeling a little depressed, It was really a low point in my life. And then some missionaries came by and they convinced me to go to church. And I felt like something awakened in me.
Ooh, okay. I wasn't expecting that, but okay. Well, that's good, I guess, to an extent. It was weird the way that they were talking about it, though, because they did have to pull her aside after, because obviously, the church ceremony that went on, it was basically just Cody jumping up in front of everybody and just kind of rambling on like he usually
He even
does.
said much.
Not a whole lot.
They didn't spend a whole lot of time focusing on that.
You have Christine lead you through a couple of psalms, and then after that, you put away the hymnals, and then Cody gets up there and he closes out the show. No Robin purity talk on this
Not
one.
this time.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
That's a family only discussion.
Yes. Yeah. We don't want to get into all the details, the nitty gritty of that. So instead, they had to pull Maddie aside, I guess, at lunch. They were doing a after church
Refreshments.
Sure. Yeah. At the wet bar, at Mary's wet bar. And they pull her aside. The anthropologists come along for this conversation too. But then this is weird because it's all of the parents and Maddie and then the 2 anthropologists. And it's almost like they're going through a scripted interaction. It's like the bouncy castle in The Office when Michael's going to jump off the roof and land on the bouncy castle pretending to kill himself, but he's probably going to actually kill himself. So it was like running through that dialogue type of a thing. It felt like that, like delivery of the lines of what was going on, where it was like,
well, it was
what got you into this?
Christine.
It was fake Christine. It was fake Robin. It was fake Cody. And then Mary was chiming in where you could tell Maddie was uncomfortable, where it's like,
well, Maddie's like, I don't talk to you.
I texted you guys as a group to let you know what was going on, just out of sheer respect. But I didn't expect to talk to you all about this. Like, we've never had a conversation like this, where it's all of you guys like trying to parent like it's an after school special. Like, this is weird.
Yeah.
It feels uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the only reason they really wanted to have the conversation, well, twofold. I think two reasons why. One, to impress the anthropologists and explain away why Maddie didn't come to church service.
Right.
And then also, I think they wanted to take their opportunity to talk about how they are disenfranchised, even among Mormons. To be like, see, like one of the things we really worry about is that Maddie is going to get in with the LDS crowd, and then she's not going to be allowed to be around us anymore.
Yeah, because a big part of our faith is that you do not associate with people who are not part of that faith. And that's what the Mormons are. Yeah, LDS is all about that too, where it's like, hey, that's cool that your family is doing all that stuff, but you should not be doing that. So don't talk to them
Because
anymore.
Cody loves to talk about being persecuted.
Yeah, mostly that.
So they wanted to shine a light on that, I think.
Definitely. Drawing attention to that. Janelle was just like, okay, let's not talk about depression anymore. It was as soon as Maddie said depression and then went into like how it was, but it was good that I was at church and I felt like that was where I needed to be. Okay, good. Yep, don't bring that up anymore. Okay, no more talking about that.
It would be really hard to go to a school in Utah and not feel like you were excluded from a lot of social things if you weren't LDS.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It would be very isolating. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, we're done with that conversation. So it's time to head out to a movie, which is something we do quarterly.
Yeah. Maybe 3 or 4 times a year, because it's so gosh darn expensive is what it really comes down to. We had to pay for 21 people to go to the movies today because not everybody was able to join, but we paid for the anthropologists because TLC's picking up the check, and it was about $176 for 21 people. That averages out to $8 per ticket.
I thought that was a steal.
It would be 15 times that amount now.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was going to be closer to $300.
$1,000. You're not getting out of there without it.
And then they got snacks.
Snackses? You're getting concession stand snackses?
Yeah.
That's where they get you.
It was definitely a TLC funded movie night.
Rookie mistake right there.
So we were trying to figure out what movie they went to.
Oh, that's tough. Well, I was going to rant about the candy a little bit. You didn't go to Five Below? You didn't go to Dollar Tree?
Yeah, you got to sneak that candy in.
You got to sneak the candy in. You got so many people. You got so many mules that you can bring all sorts of candy and snacks. You have so much available to you. Why are you not capitalizing on the space, the resources?
Bags.
You have all of this at your fingertips, and you're throwing it away for nothing. For nothing. So instead, you're going to spend $50 for some busted ass pretzel bites with some lukewarm cheese, probably.
See, I never got to order things like that when we went to the movies. If I got popcorn, I was lucky.
Popcorn, and then it started.
Never candy.
It started to hurt my tum-tum. You know, it's the butter that they use. It's like industrial grade oil machinery lubricant, basically. And so my body rejects it now. I can't do it. I cannot do that.
I think they went to go see the first Hunger Games movie.
I don't think that they would have brought all the kids for that.
You don't think
I think they went to see, it was the Penguins of Madagascar, whatever that movie was, an animated film. It was a matinee.
There were some older kids, though.
It was a matinee.
I'm not interested.
That's what they were allowed. That's what they were allowed to see. I don't think that
Maybe they were sneaking off to the bathroom midway through.
They did have the movie poster for Dumb and Dumber 2, but I don't think they were going to see that one.
No, I feel like that's yucky energy for Robin.
And Horrible Bosses 2. That was the other.
Definitely a no.
Definitely
Too
not.
many banana-shaped foods.
Well, yeah, and it's such a weird order. It's cold to hot. Yeah.
Of course, the big thing. Well, do you want to talk about them getting the tickets, or we just want to skip to what happens after?
Well, it was just that they were waiting for the tickets to print because there was so sheer quantity issue that we ran into is that we've maxed this out. But at least you had like a person in the kiosk. Now if he was trying to do this today in 2026, and he would be walking into this theater and he would have to tap out, you're going to have to manually select every single chair, every single seat that you're going to select. Because that was the other thing that they were frustrated with was the purchasing of the tickets. But then you go into the theater, you have to be there 20 minutes before the movie starts in order to have everybody sit together because there's no assigned seats. You're just walking in there, general admission. So this might solve some of their issues now. But the manual process of actually clicking through and going through every single seat that you're going to have.
26, how many? 21 tickets.
21 tickets. Yeah. This is exhausting. Just the
thought
sheer,
of it.
Oh yeah, just the metrics involved in this, the logistics that you're going to have to plan around. I don't want to do this.
Now it would probably be more affordable to just rent an entire theater.
I was thinking about that, but it is more expensive.
Is it?
It is.
I feel like well, then it's more expensive than the $176.
Correct.
But I think if you compared it to ticket prices now.
Oh, to ticket prices now, I don't even know.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're not getting $8 per person, though, for sure. Anywhere else. Not anymore. No.
On the way out from the movie, I guess whatever they saw, did it inspire some?
You thought it was Hunger Games. That's what you're associating this with.
That's what I think.
Okay.
You know, we had a fight break out.
I think it was just a little too much sody.
Yeah.
You got a little hopped up on Mountain Dew.
The kids are all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Jacked up on Milk Duds and Mountain Dew.
Movie theater candies.
It puts you into a different zone, different headspace.
Yeah. So this is a classic sibling fight where you want to sit in the front seat.
Car seat placement.
And your sibling also wants to sit in the front seat.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to duke it out.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Because Gabe jumps into the front seat first, right?
So Gabe got to the car first and
calls it.
He calls shotgun.
Yeah. Janelle backs it up and says Gabe gets the front.
Gabe gets front seat. Garrison didn't like that. So there's kind of like three different versions of the story that we get.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this does become a procedural court hearing at some point where we do have a trial and there is a verdict. That's the next episode. So what we get to is like the story starts off where Gabe got there first, calls shotgun. Then Garrison sits in the front seat instead.
Yes.
To which Gabe says, out of here. Get out of the seat.
Seat's mine, I called it.
Seat's mine. Mom already deemed seat is mine. So therefore, relinquish the seat. Garrison then responds by saying, I'm going to hit you. And proceeds to do just that as part of his exit from the front seat. Mm-hmm. So that's when the separation happens. A bicycle security officer happens to be rolling by at this time, jumps into the mix and is trying to distinguish what's going on. He's trying to assess.
This is when Christine goes full Nikki
from
Big Love and is like, what's going to happen to Garrison?
Yeah, they're going to put him away.
The security officer who doesn't have handcuffs or any sort of... No. He's the parking lot attendant, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
That he's going to take him to jail.
Yeah, they're going to book him.
They're going to bring him to juvie. Then they're going to come for us.
Right. Yeah, because then they're going to find out that he came from a polygamous family. That's the end of us. That's it. That's our fate is sealed at that point.
And this guy was like, okay. As soon as Cody was like, I'm the father.
I'm the father.
He was like,
don't
good.
Worry. Thanks, security guard. I'll take it from here. I'm dad. So I'll step in.
Clocking in for the first time ever.
Sure. But then he continues to threaten both of the boys involved in ways that, like, if I were a security guard, I'd be like, I think I'm going to stick around just until these people leave.
Make sure they get out of the parking lot.
I'll just have to make sure that we're going to witness anything else. Janelle is so embarrassed because she's like, the anthropologists are here for all of this. I wish they would have gotten to know me a little bit better before they saw how terrible my kids could act. But unfortunately, given a whole weekend of time spent together, something's going to happen.
I think it was an unrealistic expectation that the kids were going to have no issues the entire time that they were there.
Correct. Yeah. Especially all hopped up on Mountain Dew and Milk Duds and Twizzlers.
You guys should have thought about that decision.
Yeah.
Also, Cody going on about how you need to man up and take responsibility was some real fucking bullshit.
Well, yeah, that was immediately then going to his ROTC trip that was supposed to happen in Hawaii, thinking about taking that away, threatening this.
I think the kids got a talking to before the anthropologist came.
Okay.
About the expectations of their behavior this weekend. And so that's why they went so extreme.
Yeah.
To now you're not going to go on this trip that you really want to go to.
Because I don't think that this is too far out of the ordinary. I think the reason why, like, this sort of dispute between Garrison and Gabe seems like a pretty like standard,
a pretty daily thing.
Pretty regular occurrence, yeah. I would venture to say. But they had to treat it like this was the worst thing that's ever happened. Mm-hmm. Anna has spray painted her name on the side of the school, and this is unforgivable.
I can't even tell you the number of times my sister and I got into a fight over who was going to sit in the front seat of the car.
But like physical altercation, slapping, hitting, that was happening as part of that?
One time I closed her
that was
head
one
in
time.
the window.
Okay, that was one time. That was one time. I'm saying, like, how regular was the physical altercation element?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
We got into altercations. One time she tried to kick me in the bathroom and I caught her leg and she fell on her tailbone and thought she broke it.
Yeah.
These things happen. This is
yeah.
Especially when you have a sibling who's close in age to you.
Right. I know. Then I had an older sister who was like a year older than me. And so when that stretch of time where your age discernment is very muddled, the 5 to 12 range for a brother and a sister who are a little over a year apart. Yeah, there was like tons of physical altercations all the time. Yeah, because it just boy and a girl, because I know there's the rules of, yes, obviously, but like for that age range, it's like, yeah, it's kind of a free for all. It's kind of a free for all. Yeah. So you just kind of, you get through it.
Yeah. Anyway, they're embarrassed, not happy about it. And the anthropologists have a theory.
Yeah.
That something was boiling and needed attention. And so this is how it eventually came to the surface.
Oh, I wonder if they picked up on anything. Maybe Gabe was trying to say something. Maybe Garrison was trying to say something and it was just going lost in the mix. And then now this is something that popped up instead as a correction that happens.
I don't, how about so how it was handled in my house was we had to take turns, but there's only 2 of us.
Right.
Now that's probably a lot harder
taking turns with 20 people.
Keep track of when you have so many children.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it would make sense for who had it on the way there. I think that was how Janelle reached that decision where Gabe would be riding back because Garrison was in the front seat for the ride to the theater. Mm. So I think that was the way to divvy that up. But I think Gabe at this time was kind of, you give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. Now mom's on my side. Mm-hmm. So then he's going to rub it in. He's going to step the line a little bit more because he knows that he's justified in his response here, that he has the front seat.
Well, he also, I think, has now come up with a version of the story in his head that he believes where he is completely innocent.
Correct.
This was an affront.
He has
to my person.
Okay. He has, he's committed to the bit at this point because they're going home. And now this is where Cody gets to pretend like he's the disciplinarian, because obviously the moms have individual personal relationships with the kids on a daily basis. So I can't be disciplining children on a daily basis because they'll never receive love and attention from me because I would just constantly be correcting them all the time. So that's no good, right? I just come in, I swoop in for the big stuff, the big things. This is a big thing. We're deeming this a big thing because The anthropologist saw it.
My opinion of that is that that's how your kids end up not respecting you and don't take what you have to say seriously.
It's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah.
Practical joke? Maybe not so much, but it's a joke. I'm laughing on the inside because that's the ridiculous side of this, to just say.
Where it's like, I have to listen to you discipline me when you don't reinforce any of this stuff ever because you're never around.
Yeah. And like, this is the only time that we have interactions is when you're just going to come in and try to tell me what to do and what I'm doing wrong.
And make a judgment of my character and what I may or may not have done when you know me very little.
Correct. Yes. So we start the court proceedings. We end up in, we go to discovery. This is what's happening first here.
There is no court.
There is no jury. This is a preliminary hearing. But there is no Antoinette. There is no Richard.
Yeah. They've been dismissed.
Right. Yeah.
Because this is a family situation that needs to be handled by only the people closest to the children involved.
Right. I don't know why Cody's here then, but he is. So he's going to listen to Gabe as he spins us a tale of what took place on this fateful event that happened here.
He's like, I was...
Your Honor.
I was reflecting on the themes of the film from...
Because they saw Hunger Games in your mindset.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
As I approached the vehicle, I was struck.
Oh. From the rear. I merely meant to represent the constituents from District 9. I was thrust upon a fateful event struck me from behind. I was not prepared.
How mad was Christine if they didn't see Hunger Games? Christine and McKelty were like, we volunteered to take half the family in there.
Man, yeah.
But we couldn't split up because Cody needs them to see everybody together.
Right, yeah. Even though they did sit in different parts of the theater. But, I mean, yeah, again, once you get 21 people, you're basically half the viewing audience anyway.
Yeah.
So you're pretty close there. But Gabe's going through his whole story. I did not assault Garrison first because Cody somehow has landed on this thought process that Garrison doesn't usually seem to go out of his way to strike Gabe unless it is warranted. I think that's the assessment that Cody has right now. Usually you have to...
It takes two to tango, and usually that's what's happening here.
If you poke the bear, if you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns, sort of a thing. So I think that's the approach he's going with right now. Maybe that was Janelle's initial inkling of the setup here that she clued Cody in on.
Because they like to push each other's buttons, and then eventually one of them explodes.
Yeah.
But he denies all fault.
Well, they're giving Garrison a way out here. Admit your guilt. And we'll let it slide because your ROTC trip to Hawaii is at stake here. It's on the line. So you're going to need to be upfront and honest with us as much as possible. And Garrison attests, I did not hit him first. Okay? There was retaliation.
It was self-defense.
It was self-defense. Right. He was headed right for me.
They don't believe him.
We both reached for the gun. Yeah.
The gun.
Yeah, it was that.
Turned into
it always goes back to Chicago.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Cody would love to star in a play.
Okay, so here's the part where Gabe's story
This is 12 Angry Men.
Basically, yeah. the jury who's holding out here. This is the part where Gabe's story really kind of falls apart. It crumbles very quickly because then, okay, Garrison is saying he did not hit you first, but you are saying that he did. So Gabe, why did he come after you then? Like, what was the reason that he said, I'm going to hit you, and then he came over to try to hit you?
You know, I don't know.
I don't recall.
It was so
I would
unprovoked that I
mhm.
can't even fathom.
I would like to evoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Thank you.
He couldn't even think of a lie.
I don't know. But yeah, Garrison's trying to point out that Gabe slapped him. So there was instigation, right? So like that's the mix up that we have here in the information. And they're not believing Garrison. They're not fully believing Gabe. And that's when Garrison's like, look, I have character witnesses. Let the court.
Did you check the witness list that I submitted during the discovery phase?
Let the court acknowledge, please, Payton and Dayton. And I would like to have their testimony.
Payton Rex Brown to the stand.
So here comes Payton. Not his finest hour on the
no, he did not dress up
on the
court.
appearance. He did not
First
dress up.
strike against him.
No, but it's just, spilled some juice on his shirt there a little bit.
Mountain Dew from the movie
Some
theater.
of the Mountain Dew. Yeah, this is evidence of, this only supports my theory. Mountain Dew was involved. Okay. Central narrative arc there.
Okay, I know we'll see this continue next week because we haven't completed the full trial.
Right.
But
And I remember how it ends.
don't you think the fair thing to do would just be like, you guys, neither of you get to sit in the front seat until you guys can drive?
That seems a bit extreme because that's going to be like.
Well, I'm not going to deal with your bullshit of fighting for the front seat anymore.
See, I think that's
when
why.
you get your own car, you can drive it.
I think this is why we're not suitable to be parents. Our assessments when we say new rule, because sometimes that happens, right? We have circumstances that come about, and then there needs to be a rule that's implemented. House rule.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be a bit extreme to say.
Really?
For Garrison, for the next 2 years, you will not be sitting in the front seats of vehicles.
I'd rather go to Hawaii.
So that's what he's going to agree to, is no front seat, and then you could still go to Hawaii? That would be the trade-off?
Yeah, I wouldn't take Hawaii away. I feel like that's something that you work too hard for.
See,
doing ROTC and stuff.
yeah, like it's not a vacation
I feel
trip.
like honestly, like I know that they probably were told that they had to behave because they were being filmed and the anthropologists were here and they didn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
But you're a teenager and you get in fights with your siblings over stupid stuff. And I don't think that the punishment fit the crime.
True, yeah. I did like Garrison's story of events, though, where Gabe was at the passenger side door and knew that he was waiting because he had been granted front seat. And Garrison just took it upon himself where he thought it would be funny, practical joke, prank, to climb in through the driver's side and sit in the front seat just to irritate him.
Amy Roloff.
Amy Roloff. No camels. For different Amy. Different Amy, but that's who came to mind. Yeah, so Amy Roloff was going to she was going to park it on the surveyor.
They were fighting for the driver's seat.
Correct.
Though.
Different.
Yeah.
Different prank. Different. But he thought it would be funny. Crawl across and then occupy the seat. So then that's what got Gabe upset.
So that means Garrison also beat Janelle to the driver's side door.
Correct.
Which maybe is
I don't
funnier.
know how he got in. Yeah, in through the driver's side because I'm willing to bet that Janelle's passenger door probably doesn't open of its own accord. You
always have to climb in another
kick
way.
it from the inside or something and pull on the duct tape just ever so in a certain direction in order to pry that thing open. Jaws of life to get that thing open. Something like that. But that was what led to the slapping then, because then Gabe slapped Garrison because Garrison was in the passenger seat.
So you believe he slapped him?
The story makes more sense the way that Garrison's telling it. But I think they're still doubting it because now they've threatened, we're going to take away your Hawaii trip.
Because the stakes are very high for him.
Stakes are high. So is he just coming up with a pretty good story because that's what sounds good here?
See, that's why you don't give them incentive to lie.
Right.
Because the punishment is already that you're not going to sit in the front seat anymore.
And for Gabe, that means another 10 years that he's not going to be able to be in the driver's seat until he's driving his own car.
Is he out of a booster seat yet?
You can't sit in the front seat. You're not allowed.
You're still rear facing.
You're rear facing in the back. You're not tall enough. Get out of here.
Next time on, we're going to do season 8, episode 6, First a Verdict, Then a Lawyer. This is the second part of the Anthropologist saga.
Okay. Yes.
The Browns begin to worry about whether the anthropology students will see them as a healthy family or completely dysfunctional.
Spoiler alert. Dysfunction is right in the headline. Yeah, right in there. But when has that stopped any family ever? Dysfunction is kind of the name of the game, I think, in most families. So what are they upset about? That they're going to point out the dysfunction?
Tell us the biggest fight you've got into with your siblings as a kid.
That'd be good. What's your most memorable, legendary family story that you have with your siblings? I know there's probably plenty of those flying around, but who slapped whom? I think that's what this trial becomes.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.